get into this race here right quick. Whenever these guys get we're gonna get rolling here pretty quick. So Monday, Tier 2, this is a sprint race. This will be one-shot quali. 50% of the sprint race and then a 50% feature race. So hopefully everything goes good here on the start. And we'll kind of watch the qualifying, see how that goes, and we'll go from there. So how's everybody doing? And then looks like it's gonna be rain for the majority of the race, so that'll be interesting to see. So we're rolling here. So we're just going to kind of see how everything rolls at the start. So Bum is leading down into turn 1. We're going to just kind of all on board. Hitch kind of takes over. Bogues and Packets are kind of flopping all back and forth between the three of them. Down into turn 1. Looks like Packets takes the lead out of the first chicane. Packets and Hitch battling, followed by Bum, Holder Down, and Moldy Dragon top 5. Bedhead, Bogues, Seek, Jack, and Mikey all battling down the lower end. Going into the second chicane, looks like Packers and Hitch still battling for that top spot. I'm right there with them. So we got 6 cars all underneath the blanket right now. Packets, Allen, and Hitch still fighting for that first spot. Bogues retired, so he crashed out through the Lesmos. So down into the final chicane. It's Allen Toast leading down this way. So right now going into the final turn. Who will have pole? Will it be Allen or Hitch or Packets? They're all right next to each other. So it looks like Allen is 120.130, Hitch with a 128.530, and then Packets third. So it's starting to rain, so the sprint will be wet for sure. Really interesting how this goes. So we're loading in to do the sprint. Like I said, it's supposed to be rain, so this will be, yep, it's already raining. So see if it's going to be inners or full wet. So it'll be really interesting to see what the guys do for this. Especially if it's wet for both. Not a whole lot of tires to choose from. So I'm assuming it's probably going to be inners. So let's see who's going to be better in the wet than others. Yeah, we're just waiting for the lobby to ready up. So once they do, we'll get the formation lap underway and we'll get rolling. So there's this timer, so we'll get that started, and then we'll go for these races, or this race, or any Italy race. Usually goes pretty quick. So we'll get the formation lap underway, and then from there, so we don't need the tires. We'll leave the change of position up. Oh, we have people spinning under the formation lap. Nice. And we have dry tires. Interesting. So it's dry enough for dries. With some of these guys on soft, so I could see that maybe it's gonna get heavier. So we may be going into inners after a bit. So these guys are racing on the formation lap, looks like. So Ella will lead them way off the start, but the weather's going to play a big part in how these tires warm up and stuff. Once these guys line up, we'll see what happens. I always got a heck of a gap over the rest of the field. So, these guys have to catch up as they form the grid. Sound's gonna line up on the grid, and then line up on S and slowly to make sure he doesn't over jump it. And the rest of the field is gonna come close. So as everybody's lining up, everybody's having issues with this wet weather. So this is gonna be an interesting start. So yeah, Wiffles, I'm not sure. I don't know if it was. We had Bogue's Beastie. I don't know what happened to all tier 1 drivers. But we'll see what happens off this start. So lights are going to come on. Round 5 of DNCRL, second sprint race of the season underway, and it is lights out, and away we go. Looks like the AlphaTauri got a really good start. Alan didn't leave too much on the table though. He's looks like the Mercedes of Bum got a really good start. His teammate coming from behind, so Bum is going to be leading going into turn 1. Looks like we have some carnage back behind. It looks like everybody's missing the turn. That was a interesting one, to say the least. So, I don't know who caused that, but somebody missed a braking point. It looks like maybe Holder lost the wing, at least. We have at least a VSC. We have a lot of guys without wings. Tough break for some of these guys. So, as we get down to the, looks like Paggett's lost, ignoring yellow flag. 5-second penalty for him. So, Alan Toast has got a penalty for spin under VSC, so he's going to have to go do a pit drive-through as well. So that's going to be really interesting. That's going to give Bum potentially a lead. Did he have any damage from that? No. Looks like Hitch does not. Seek does not. Does Packets have any damage? Looks like Seek is the biggest winner off that one. Packets has no damage. I don't think Moldy does. So it's gonna be really nice. So Hitch is starting to catch the back, or Bum and Hitch are gonna swap positions. So who's gonna? Looks like Hitch will probably take the lead with Allen having to do a drive-through. Allen's doing his drive-through. Let's see how many of these guys are actually gonna have to pit now because of the no wings here. So there's Fitz coming through the sector 2. Looks like we have Hitch coming in the pit. No, Hitch is staying out. Allen's going to the pit. So looks like Seek's pitting. It's like the weather is really playing havoc into this right now. The track's a little bit damp still. Seek's pitting, Iron's pitting. Bedhead's pitting up the road. Tag's pitting, and Mikey's pitting. So we have half the field pit on that one. Looks like top 2 are starting to pull away. Package 3rd, Allen 4th to drive through. We have some yellows, and let me pull the track map up. Forgot to put that on. Oh, you can see if there's any yellows. So we'll just keep on this, but Hitch is leading to Bum, to Package, to Allen, Toaster. Mercedes is 2-4 right now. Aston Martin with the 5-6. Those are the 2 top teams currently. So it's just really interesting to see how everything is panning out. The rain looks like it is starting to get a lot heavier too, so maybe people have to come in and potentially put enders on in the middle of this. Packett's had this purple sector 2, so he had the fastest sector 2 of the race so far. Biggest gainer of this race so far is going to be Seeking Iron down in P7 and 8. Biggest loser is going to be Mikey and Allen. So fastest lap of the race right now goes to Package with the 129.301, but that's going to not last. They'll probably last the rest of or most of the race just because of the weather. So no really close battles. The close battle right now is Hitch and Bum. We'll just kind of keep an eye on this. Looks like Tag and Bedhead are getting close, but they're not really close enough to make anything happen. Looks like Draken's on inners. He might be the only one. 2 tires. We have 2 guys on inners, Iron and Draken, so if they do have to switch, they're going to be in prime position, but I don't think they're going to have to. Because it's not really raining hard enough. Bum's still keeping up with Hitch though, so those 2 are still pulling away slightly. Allen is starting to catch the back of Packets again. Iron to the back of Seek and Destroy, so there's a side-by-side battle there going through up into the second chicane. The Iron got ahead of Seek and Destroy, so those enemies are starting to work now, so maybe they got onto something. Is it time to switch to inners, so they're going to do a pit stop in the middle. So Hitch has the fastest lap of the race now, 128.544. We have a yellow in sector 3, so it looks like Packett spun. Ooh. And it looks like Allen caught the back of that, so that was close. And then Packett's got a penalty for the collision, but looks like he's waiting for Holder to go by. Smart move there. So now Allen's starting to catch the back of Moldy now to regain the position that he lost because of the incident, but nothing else too crazy happening. We'll follow this battle with Hitch and Moldy right now because that's going to be the closest battle on track. Packets in the pits. Maybe he got damage for that. Serving the penalty and probably putting fresh tires on. Iron's starting to catch the back of Holder, but Allen looking to go get past Moldy here as they get towards the second Lesmo down the second DRS straight. Packets puts the inners on, so people are putting intermediates on now. As it's definitely working for Iron, because he's gaining some time on Holder. So I could see these guys putting inners on here before too long. Allen looks to the inside, but thinks better of it. Oh, he had a check up because he got really close to the back of Moldy Dragon there on that one. We're going through the second half of the track. Hitch and Bum are definitely pulling away. But Iron has got fast laps going on right now compared to the guys in front of him. He's catching Holder down by about a second to 2 seconds a lap. So this is interesting to see what the call is going to be. If you're going to stay out on these tires or if you're going to kind of push it out and just kind of wing it, see if you can make it. The Packets there down is also gaining on. It looks like lockout from Allen. Looks like Packets is starting to gain on Tag as well. Mikey's on the hards, so that's interesting. Iron is fastest lap of the race, so that's going to tell you something if the inners are that fast. So Iron is definitely catching the guys in front of him. Allen is getting on the back of Moldy Dragon through there. Now, or Moldy loses, runs wide, but again, Allen had to take evasive action to keep from hitting Moldy Dragon on that one. So the softs are definitely helping him with traction, but he's not really getting anywhere because he's having to kind of play dodging with Moldy, and he's going to go to the inside, and he's going to go past Allen Toast up to P3 currently. Iron is only 8 seconds behind the Aston Martin of Holderdown. So it's going to be interesting to see if any of these guys decide to put the inners on, if they're going to stack it out on them. So both those guys stay out, so interesting stories going on here. Looks like Allen's going to try to see if he can catch the back of Bum. It looks like he's going to probably keep P3. We have a yellow. Looks like we have maybe an incident with Seek spun in the first Lesmo, and he's got wing damage, so maybe he hit the wall or maybe got caught up with someone else. So he's going to have to get limber back around. So right now, nothing else crazy happening besides about a second gap for the two leaders. Draken and Bedhead. Looks like Bedhead might have spun, so these dry tires are giving some of these guys fits. These are still staying out, so nobody else is coming for the inner, so they're trying to make it work, but I feel like this is going to go longer. Mikey had issues. Mikey's having issues with the dries, I think. Yeah, there's the yellow in his sector when he was going through there. Still a second separate first and second, so Hitch is definitely making the softs work, but Bum is keeping up with him on those mediums. Iron started to catch the back holder, so we're looking at this. So inners versus dries. This is where the inners are keeping up. So he had purple sector again. Try to see if he can get past holder. Those inners are definitely working wonders for him right now. Iron's going to go over the long way around, and the Iron will be up to P5. Definitely on those inners, so let's see if he can stay there now. It looks like Holder might have damage. Yeah, Holder lost a wing, so he's going to have to pit. He's staying out with that. He's staying out with the wing. Interesting. So Iron is now 11 seconds behind Moldy Dragon. Can he catch him in 3 laps? Probably not. I don't think he's catching him that fast, but he's definitely going to try. That's for sure. So 6-10 separate the first 2 positions right now. Looks like the rain has not affected him too much. We're down the front stretch with 2 laps to go the sprint. There's still a second separating the first and second, so it goes Hitch, Bum, Allen Toast, Moldy Dragon, and Iron. Iron is now within 8 seconds of Moldy, so he gained about 2 to 3 seconds on that lap. So I don't think he's going to be close enough. He's certainly going to try it, but I don't think he's going to be close enough to make anything happen straight away. It's going through the second chicane. He's starting to get closer, but nothing too crazy happening yet. Going through the second half of the track. He's second away. There's no DRS because of the weather, so he's going to do this all by pure pace. So not close enough to make anything happen in this race. Looks like Hitch is going to lead going into the last lap of the sprint. So Iron is now within 5 seconds of Moldy Dragon, so he's starting to gain on him. So he could get fourth place. It's gonna be close. Moldy's also within half a second of Hitch, or not Hitch, but Allen. So I think the soft tires might be falling off for Allen Toast here. He runs wide, so he's gonna have to try to see if he can get past him. He's gonna get past him on penalties, but he's gonna now have to try to get past him on track to try to do it without having to use the penalties. And then Iron is stalking him in the background, so he's gonna have to move it a little bit if he wants to keep from getting past. So Allen runs wide going through the final turn. That's going to allow Moldy to get past him. And Allen loops it on the exit, so that's going to give Iron P4. So now he's going to have to see if he can catch. He's 3 seconds behind Moldy Dragon, so this is going to be close. I don't think he's going to be able to get close enough to make anything happen. This first turn is going to tell a lot about how much he's going to gain off of the final turn. So it's just going through the Lesmos right now, so we have a little bit of time there. So he gained a second through that turn. He's starting to gain down the final, or down these straights. Looks like either Bedhead or Packet spun it through the final turn. So he's now a second behind Moldy Dragon, so he's gaining. Going through the Lesmos, let's see what's going to happen. Moldy runs a little wide, nothing too crazy yet. Iron is gaining on him, going through the second Lesmo. Iron made it right past Moldy Dragon, so that Iron made it up to P3. So we're going to go up to Hitch. So Hitch is going to win the sprint, followed by Bum, and right now Iron is currently P3. Jacking got 3-second penalty for track limit, so let's go. Let's see where the track limits plays in the factor here. Looks like Moldy spun it through the last chicane, so he could potentially lose fourth if he doesn't get moving. I know Iron is going to come across to finish third. And then it'll be Holder and Moldy. Just waiting on a couple guys across the line. Wrist Packets finishes unserved penalty. Draken and Allen's going to come across to finish 8th. Couple spins on the last lap, looks like. Seek's going to come around, and so is Mikey. Those are the last two to finish to come across the line. Like Mikey spun, so we got to wait for him. But crazy things happen in the sprint. That first lap was kind of interesting, so we'll see if we get an incident from that or not. So we'll be right back with you guys once we start the feature race here. Now looks like we got heavy rain here, so we could be either in the definitely inners or maybe even full wets on this one. So we're gonna be interesting to see. So in 3 to 5 minutes time, we'll see how this race goes. All right, we're about to get started here. Let's see what happens on this one. Let's see what tires everybody chooses. I see some wets in the pit, so I'm gonna say this is probably gonna be full wets. As we get the formation lap underway, I see. What tires do we see on these cars here? Yep, there's blue walls, so it's full wets off the start anyway. So let's see if this changes, or if it's gonna be full wets the entire race. So this will be interesting. Mikey already DQ'd off the start of the formation. So 27 laps of this. How many of these guys will be there at the end? You guys trying to warm the tires up a little bit, try to keep them from getting too cold on the start of this formation. But there's definitely a lot of rain, so these guys are going to have to work through the puddles. Turn one's gonna be interesting. See if it can be better than the last time around. So, long run down in turn one. You guys gotta be patient on the start of this. We'll kind of jump on board with Bedhead as we watch to see when he gets to the grid. So as the grid forms, looks like we have guys spinning, trying to warm the tires up on the way to the grid. Kind of a interesting way to line up. So as everybody's coming to form the grid, this race is about to get underway. Almost pointed slightly to the inside. Looks like Hitch is pointed straight down the track. So let's see who makes it down to turn 1 first. The lights are about to come on, so it's round 5, Italy feature race. Lights out and away we go again. And Hitch has got a really good start. Bum not so good this time, but those two get away really well. Iron got a poor start. The two Aston's got a really good start, and so did Alan Toast. Alan Toast up 5 spots on the start. Looks like Holder's gonna take the escape road to keep from hitting the back of some other cars. Looks like Alan and Bum got contact there on the start. So crazy beginnings here. Looks like Seek got a penalty for corner cutting. So I don't know if Hitch had to take, or if Seek had to take the escape road and come to a complete stop. So interesting stuff going on there. But Allen up 5 spots on the start. That's going to be the headline of this race and the start here so far. Hitch got away really well. Bum is trying to hold his teammate off right now, and Holder's right there with him. So, and then Iron Packets and Moldy all down spots on the start of this too. So it looks like battling for second. Looks like Bum and Allen. Bum's going to let Allen go by here, so that means it's going to be Allen, and then Bum, and then Holder. So those three are battling for P2 currently. So right now, depending on the weather situation, that is going to be the stops. So if you can make the tires work, go halfway, make a stop, and go to the end, you're good. If you can make tires last, there is no mandatory stops for wet weather races. So if it starts wet, if you use wet tires, you do not have to stop. If you feel you don't need to. So can anybody make these cars go the whole way? It's going to be, I think it'd be good as long as your rear tires don't burn off. So interesting. So Seek and Mikey battling for position. Iron's got to work his way back through the field. Looks like Seek's dropping back. Tag is holding up right now, really good in 5th position. 6th and 7th. Iron is starting to catch up. So it looks like we have yellow. Looks like we have a Bum spun in the last turn. So no ghosting for this race, remember. So these guys have to be careful when they come around the corners. So Seek's pitting, he might have damage on the start, so it looks like Hitch had a poor corner, so that allowed Allen to catch up on the backside of it. So that means Allen's going to be right there with him and going through the fast right-hander of turn 3. It's coming up turn 4 and 5. Looks like Allen's going to look to the inside, going to see if he can get ahead going in the turn. Looks like Hitch, or Allen's going to be there, so Allen's going to get the spot. Can he stay on track to keep the position? Looks like Hitch takes the escape road, and he's going to have to let him by because of missing the braking point. So Hitch lets him by, gives him position back, and then that leaves Allen to the lead. So looks like Holder right now is starting to keep up. Looks like Allen's going to give the position back. So interesting stuff going on there. These guys being gentlemen and not wanting to keep the lead apparently. So going down the second DRS straight, Holder's starting to catch the back of Allen. Now what's going to happen with this 3-car battle? Looks like Holder's got a little better braking through that corner, but Allen's going to have the better exit because he had the slower entrance. So, front 2 get away. Holder's right there with them. So we'll see where they get to. So coming down into turn 1, let's see, is Allen going to catch him on the back of this turn here? He gained about a 2/10 on that one, so he gained it. But let's see, this exit is where Hitch struggled really big time in the last one. Looks like Packett spun and crashed, so Packett is out. That is probably going to be a VSC at a minimum. It is. So let's see what happens. Looks like Seek might have got collected in that as well. Seek crashed out. Maybe Seek retired. Looks like Seek retired on track. He moved. So interesting stuff going on there. Is that going to bring out a full course safety? Will that get Bedhead right back in this maybe? So that's going to be a VSC. These guys have to be careful. Hopefully Allen doesn't get caught on the VSC ending train again and get penalized for it. So these guys slowing down to get back in the deltas. So it looks like those guys are on lap 3. So either one of them guys get points. So they have to make it to 50% to get half points. So that means they have to get to at least finish a lap 13 to get points on this. coming through the final chicane. The VSC has ended. Looks like Allen had a really good restart, so he's going to try to see if he can get hits on the last turn. He is not going to. But Mikey and Draken are also nose to tail going through the final turn. So, got a couple different battles to watch. Who's got the better exit down here? Looks like Hitch is going to have the better exit out of that chicane. Slightly, yes, he will. So now it's going to be Allen. And so it looks like Mikey's going to go to the inside of Draken. He's going to force Draken wide, and he's going to have the better exit. So now Draken's got the more speed coming off the corner. That's going to also leave Moldy back into this race. So it looks like this battle into turn 1. Who's going to have the lead going into turn 1? Looks like Draken is ahead right now, but he could be just burning the ERS to stay ahead. This is going to be a 3-car battle going into turn 1. Looks like Draken's going to stay ahead, and that's going to put Moldy on the inside of Mikey. So Moldy is going to get past Mikey on the exit of the turn, but now Mikey's going to have a better exit, so Mikey's going to get ahead. Good racing in the wet weather here. Just coming up to the second chicane, looks like Hitches have better exit, so Hitch is actually gaining on Allen there a little bit on the exit of the turns. So going into the next chicane for the second battle of groups here, looks like Draken might have missed the turns. Looks like Bedhead retired out of the session in pits. So Bedhead is out. So it's now down to 8 cars left in this one. So we have a 3-car battle here. Looks like wow, crazy things going on there. Mikey looks like he might have pinched Draken a little bit, but they were side by side in there. Crazy stuff happening. Bum is way far behind right now currently as well. So we have Mikey up ahead of Moldy, and then Draken behind him. So Hitch has a fast lap of the race with 132.065. So that's currently leading right now by a second over Toast. And the Holder in third, Iron, and then Mikey. Right now, the Haas team is 4th and 5th. So right now, they have currently 18 points right now wrapped up in this one. Aston right now, just out the feature race, will have now 25. So those are the leading constructors in this race right now currently. So it looks like we have a battle here for P3 going into the second. It looks like Iron's going to look to the inside of Holder down. Holder's going to cut the corner to stay ahead, so he's going to have to yield the position. If he doesn't, that could potentially be a penalty. And he goes. So, interesting stuff going on here. The rain is definitely making it harder for people to make things happen. So Hitch crashed out. That is big things going on right there. Hitch crashes out, and that's going to be a full core safety car. Hitch crashes out in the last chicane. So, as everybody catches up here and lines up, we are going to be going under mute, so we'll be back as soon as we do the restart. Alright, so the safety car is going to go in this lap here. So we got 7 cars remaining left in this thing. So Hitch does not get points either. So it'll be really interesting to see what happens with 7 cars. Looks like some of these guys drop down to inners, so that's going to be good there. So Alan's just going to play the game here and see who's going to go. He's going to trick him.
Oh, yeah, jump at my face.
Going on turn one, looks like Alan had a really good start. Hitch Holder Down is in second, and then Moldy Dragon's in third. Looks like Teg is in fourth. Looks like Iron's gonna look to the inside of Dragon. Looks like Bomber's gonna send it to the inside of Iron. Mikey takes the escape road, so he's gonna have to come to a complete stop, so he does not get a penalty.
You're watching your daddy.
And he does not come to a complete stop. So that'd be interesting. Does he get away with not getting a penalty? He does that. He does. So interesting stuff there. So that's gonna be Alan Toast leading, followed by a Holder Down and Moldy Dragon. Bummer's in fourth. It looks like those guys are battling. Looks like Moldy's up to P3. Dragon's dropped down to P5. So we got some moves up and down the field. So let's see what happens here as we move through this race. Alright, so coming through to start lap 10, looks like Holder Down, or Alan's leading but Holder Down, then followed by Dragon, and then Bomber's trying to see if he can chase down Moldy Dragon, so it's about 6/10 behind. So what can he do here? So going through this chicane, looks like definitely inners now, so these are doing pretty good. So it looks like Moldy's got a better exit off that corner, so he's going to get ahead there, so it's going to just kind of follow leader right now until somebody makes a mistake. So it looks like Bowman's looking to try to get past Moldy Dragon. He got to the back of him now, so let's see what happens going through into the last turn. Who will have the better turn through this? Looks like Bowman has a better run on it. Can Moldy Dragon hold him off? When the final turn looks like Moldy Dragon's gonna have the better entrance, he's gonna have the better exit as well, but looks like Bowman's got a little bit better speed through there. So it's gonna be all down going into turn one. Who's gonna be the last of the late breakers down there? Looks like Bum might have lost it going into the turn there, so he lost a little bit of time, so he's going to lose a couple spots on that one as well. So it looks like Moldy's going to now try to catch the back of Holder Down to even get past his teammate for second place. The 7 cars still are in this thing, all within the same sector for the most part, so it's good there.
Hi there.
So we got, looks like Muddy and Bum battling there. Looks like it's going to be Bum going into the last turn ahead. Like Bum is going to be ahead there, so he's going to keep the position. But looks like Mikey's going to do a switch back and get the position right back out of the exit of the turn. Looks like Bum missed the braking point, and he lost a little bit of time through the corner. Excuse me. Looks like we had a connection issue with one of the drivers. I missed who it was, but everything's going pretty good there. Looks like Moldy and Holder down battling into turn one there. Looks like Holder's could be ahead, but who's Moldy's gonna have the better exit of turn one through turn two, so Moldy's gonna have the better exit, and looks like Holder down might come back at him to the next turn. Going in the next can, looks like Moldy's definitely got. Moldy missed the turn, so he's gonna have to lose the advantage there, so that way he doesn't. No penalties could be applied, so he's gonna let Holder down by. And he's gonna keep third position. He's gonna keep Iron behind him. Right now, these three cars are definitely under a blanket. Alan Toast is way ahead of these guys, so Alan's got a nice enough gap to where he's not going to have to worry about losing the lead. So it looks like going into turn one, they're going to go side by side again. It's going to be Moldy and Holder down. Can Iron maybe get into this and maybe get past both of them on this? Nothing yet, but looks like Moldy's going to be ahead this time, and he's going to make the turn this time, so he's going to keep the position. But who's going to have the better exit of these three? Looks like Holder down definitely did not. Moldy got a really good exit. Maybe Iron did as well. Could he get past Holder into the next turn potentially? Going through there, looks like he did a pretty good job. Going in through here, looks like Iron's going to be getting closer to him. Like Iron's going to be ahead of Holder going in the turn. They're going to be side by side. So who's going to be where? To go through here, looks like Definitely give each other space. Iron might have pushed him a little wide there, but nothing too crazy there. So Iron's going to have a better exit, so he's going to be in good territory going into the turns ahead of him there. So he's not doing too bad. Kohler missed the turn, so he's going to have to get back on safely. So looks like Iron might got ahead enough of these guys to not have to worry about that, but now he's got to worry about trying to get past Multi Dragon now. So we are now getting to 11 laps to go on this one. Right now they're just kind of nose to tail, just hanging out, seeing who makes a mistake currently. So right now nothing too crazy happening. So right now going through, we're coming up to 10 laps to go. Allen's definitely got a big enough lead over Iron right now. Holder in third and then Bum in fourth right now. They're getting close, battling there for fourth position. Or for third, sorry. Let's see if one of these guys make a move here towards the end of this. Now we're coming through the front straight here. Looks like Bum's gonna have to hold these guys off going in the first turn. Holder's getting closer, but I don't think he'll be close enough to make a move. Side by side, going in the braking zone. He's gonna think better of trying to make a move right there. He's gonna have the better exit going through there. Right now, Bum definitely got away a little way, so now it's going to be a battle for 4th position to see who can keep that better spot. Right now, Mercedes is in a good spot to gain a ton of points in this race here. Right now, everybody's made it past the halfway point, so everybody's going to at least get half points. Should have to get past lap 19 or get on to lap 20 to be guaranteed full points in this, if I'm not mistaken. So, should be lap 20. Lap 20 to get full points. So, right now they're guaranteed half points right now if they make it to, if they crash out now. So, they have to finish the next lap that they're on, or the lap that Alan's on, to get full points. Right now, Mikey's looking to see if he can get past Holder going into turn 1. Nothing too crazy. Looks like side by side into the braking zone. Looks like Mikey's going to think about it, but Holder gets better and last of the late breakers there, so he's going to stay ahead. It's going into the next turn there. We got, looks like we got about 8 laps to go here. Looks like Mikey had a better exit through that corner, so Holder lost a little bit of time through there as well. Looks like he struggled with the rear end. Looks like it might have stopped raining, so there could potentially be dry tires coming here. Depending on how fast the track drives, but definitely looks like it stopped raining. So who's going to put on what tires here if they do stop for tires? Interesting stuff happening now. This is going to change things. Looks, Alan does not pit. Looks like Boulder's having some issues through sector 1. Mikey's gonna look to the inside of Holder down, but he's not gonna get by him. They're gonna go side by side through there. It looks like Holder had a poor entrance of that turn, so it's gonna be whoever can make it down to turn 1 first and brake last is gonna be ahead. The lap times are starting to tumble, so now I wouldn't be surprised if we go another lap or 2 and start seeing people coming for dry tires for the finish of this. Looks like Mikey's still sticking his nose in there and keeping Holder on it, so he's going to go on the outside, so he's got the better line and better traction coming off the turn, so that nothing too crazy there, that's for sure. So going into the next turn, let's see if these guys can keep this battle going here. See, it looks like some of these guys' tires might start to get a little warm too based off the tires temperature on that steering wheel that we saw there. So with the inners of once you start warming the tires up, they're going to start burning off pretty quick, so they got to keep an eye on that. So I'm coming up to 7 laps to go now. Or 8 laps. 7. We're coming to 7 laps. It looks like Mikey got a time penalty, so that's going to hurt him where he's at. But it looks like Alan got fastest lap of the race on the intermediates. It's going to be on who can finish where going into this now. We'll get into the closing stages of this. Who can make the inners last the rest of the race? Who's going to come in and try to put sauce on and try to win this thing? To do the undercut. Who's going to do what? Hmm?
5 minutes left in Holder in this battle.
So second separating 4th and 5th place right now currently. Looks like Mikey might be starting to pull away slightly. Holder might be starting to struggle a little bit on the acceleration zones. So he's going to lose the time there, that's for sure. So we're going to, with that being said, we're going to try to do a quick run through the field. Allen leading, followed by Iron. So we have alternating with Mercedes and Haas 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have Aston Martin in 5th, Alpine in 6th, and then the other Aston in 7th. So those 3 teams are getting points for sure. Alpine's at least getting some. So, but Mercedes could be potentially getting max the max points here if Bum can get and pass Iron. So Iron gets fast lap of the race. Looks like Holder's coming in the pit, so could that be dry tires? Looks like the track is definitely drying now, so let's see, is that going to be dry tires? We're going to switch to the tires. Moldy's coming in the pits, and looks like Holder is going to put the dry tires on too, so maybe Moldy stopped earlier than everybody else to put the dry tires on. Knowing he was going to go a lap down, so he's should get the lap back when Allen pits. But Draken's in the pits now. That was fastest sector 2. Holder got a penalty for cutting a corner, so that's gonna not help him any. He's coming through the final couple turns. It looks like Allen's going to make his stop now, so let's see what tire he puts on. It'll probably be the softs with only having 4 or 5 laps left. Yeah, there'll be 5 laps to go now, and look, yep, definitely softs, fresh softs. So it looks like Iron is going to come in. So Moldy should get his lap back, so Bum should come in, and so should Mikey. And then let's see where Holder filters out in this with these guys pitting. Looks like Mikey stays out an extra lap to help his teammate out. So Mikey is staying out on the inners. So right now, it's going to be Allen leading, followed by Mikey, Iron, and Bum. But with Mikey still having to pit, he's going to lose 2 spots at a minimum. He might even drop past Holder down, depending on how long his pit time takes. With these cars going so fast in this track, I wouldn't be surprised if he drops down to 5th. So it'll be interesting to see where he comes out. Well, coming up on 4 laps to go here. The DRS is now enabled, so that's going to mean, I mean, nobody's be close enough to use it, but Mikey could potentially stay out. Is he going to try to stay out and try to see if make those inners last? So this is going to be really interesting to see who's going to do what now. Holder's at the fast lap of the race, but the other guys are still firing their tires off, so I think that's not going to last long, I don't think. But coming up to 3 laps to go now for Allen. Be really interesting to see if Mikey's tires can hold. He's got an 8-second gap, so he's just got to make them last. Interesting stuff here. So Moldy's got fastest lap of the race now, at least until Allen gets to the line. So 3 laps to go now. We have Allen leading, followed by Mikey, Iron, and Bum. Holder, Draken, and Moldy are the guys left. So 123.5 for Allen. So now it's going to be, can Mikey keep the 2nd place? Iron just has to get within 3 seconds, I think, of him to get the spot for the penalty that he's got. Maybe 6, I don't know what let's see, make sure that the penalties I'm not wrong on. 6 seconds, so he's just got to stay within 6 seconds and he loses a spot. So Um, you should have that in the bag there. So we'll just kind of keep this up right here. So we're coming up on 2.5 laps to go. Got 5.5 seconds separating second and third. So it looks like Mikey still might gain a position staying out like this. So really interesting stuff.
I'm gonna make your bottle. I'm gonna make your bottle.
So coming up on 2 laps to go. Alan Toast is definitely leading, followed by Mikey and Iron. The Bum and Hold Her Down and Draken. Looks like Alan's leading by a pretty substantial margin now. And Mikey holding on to third. That's going to be his goal now, is to hold on to third place. He's got enough of a gap to do so. So let's see if he can do it. So 2 laps to go for Alan. That's going to mean 2 laps to go for everybody else behind him as well. So let's see what all happens with these guys behind him here. So he's got a 12-second gap over Mikey. Mikey's got definitely about a 15-second gap over 4, so that's the person he's going to watch. Because unless his teammate behind him messes up, he's going to lose that position because of time penalties. Looks like Bum's got time penalties, so he doesn't have to worry about that too much as long as he doesn't lose, spin out, or make any mistakes. Coming on to start the final lap. This is going to be Alan Toast's final lap of the race here. So Alan's leading this race by a pretty good margin. So the next battle we're going to watch, we're just going to watch this battle right here. Is Mikey going to actually hold him off, or is he going to let him go to try to keep from losing too much time? I think he's going to let him go. It looks like that was a pretty substantial move out of the way to let him go by here so he doesn't lose too much time. So I have a feeling those tires on Mikey's car are probably burning up right now. So nothing too crazy there. So now that's over with. Like I said, he's just got to stay ahead of Bum by at least 3 seconds. But they could have the same, same amount of penalties. So let's see, finishing this race off, looks like Alan's coming through the final chicane. Yeah. So coming around to finish the race, Alan Tosa is going to win the Italian Grand Prix for DNC Monday Night Tier 1. So Alan's got to win. Second place coming across the line is going to be the Iron on track. And Mikey should get third because he's far enough ahead of Bum right now, unless he got another penalty that I didn't catch. So this could be depending on where they come across the line. So Mikey is across the line in third. So let's see where Bum comes across. See if he's going to gain or lose any time here. So Bum is going to stay in fourth. And then it's going to be Holder Down. Next across the line, then it's going to be Draken coming through there, and then Moldy is going to be not too far behind. So that is going to be the top 7. They're all running. They will all get full points. So that means Mercedes will get, depending on who are the fastest lap, Mercedes will get, just based off finishing position, 37 points. Haas will get 33. And then Aston will get 16, and Alpine will get 8. So that's just based off the feature. That's not including any of the sprint race points that are involved. So we're gonna finish this up. I'll show you the picture of the standings, and then we will see you on Wednesday night for DNCRL Monday Night Tier 2. Wednesday night Tier 2, I'm sorry. Huh? That's no good.